That's right. We're streaming. I hope people are watching. That's my hope every week. That's all I want in this world. How's it going, everybody? Everybody having a good week? I sure am. Sort of. Just gonna tweet it out. This is my tweet that I do. Okay. Hello! Look at this! What is this, some kind of video game stream? How's everybody going? How is everybody going? A normal thing I just said. Anonymous, have a good stream. I will do my best. I will do what I can. Zaktar, thank you for the $1. I'm gonna spend it on alcohol, probably. Probably not, actually. Probably on rent. But it makes people feel better sometimes when I say I'm spending it on alcohol. It makes me sound like I have a fun, cool life. Okay, I'm actually drinking a coffee here at 8 o'clock at night. Whoa, Kelly, thank you for the $10 super chat. Mutual aid for the win. Hell yeah, thank you so much. I'm drinking a night coffee, which I don't often do. Please shave. What are you talking about? People love this dang old beard of mine. Trust me, you don't want to see me shaved because the double chin action. Look. Yeah, I'm having a night coffee because I'm going to be up late editing. Because I started editing tomorrow's video, and I didn't realize, and it was really zoomed in, and I thought, wow, I shot it wrong, but I don't have time to reshoot it, so I guess it'll just have to be really zoomed in. And only later did I realize that it looked like that because I had the wrong settings applied to my sequence in Premiere. So all of the editing had to be redone, and that was a lot of fun. And also, as is my custom, I've left it to the absolute last minute to do everybody's patron drawings. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. Could have done that a lot earlier. Could have really saved myself that headache, but I didn't. My bear looks good on me. Thanks. My bear does look good on me. So, in order to stay awake, I'm going to be having a night coffee, which is not something I do often. I drink a lot of coffee in the run of a day, but I don't typically have it at night. I gotta tell you, it feels good, though. It feels very good. You know why? Because we're not going to let Big Clock tell us when we can enjoy a delicious caffeinated beverage. We're going to have it whenever we want. Where is my cat? I must pet him each day. That is how the game is played. Get these mushies. So, I have a question for you guys and gals and non-binary pals. We've been playing Stardew on these streams, and a lot of people want to see me play something different, and I can kind of understand that impulse, because Stardew is a very chill game, and that's what I like about it. But it's also kind of directionless. So, let's chat about that. I have a very There's my cat. Come here. I have a very bad computer. It's a laptop with no graphics card. Juliet Milan, thank you for the super chat, and also for the sweet Chrono Trigger Flea avatar. Flea is a character I obviously related to a great deal as a as a non-binary person. And thank you also for calling me pretty. I need that in this day and age. I wonder if I have the right camera, because both of my camera lights are on. I don't know if I have the right one. I'm covering it up with my finger to see. Yeah, no, it's the right one. So I just made that really weird for all of you for no reason. Anywho, yeah. So thoughts on different games. I was thinking it might be fun to start up a Minecraft server, because I think I might have a way to play Minecraft. My computer is not. This should give you an idea of how weak my computer is. My computer can't handle Minecraft and streaming at the same time, so I had a friend walk me through the technical details of how to have it sent to a separate streaming computer that I could then stream from, and I think I could handle it then. So I might have like a Minecraft server where like patrons could come on and play with me, and that could be fun. So if you feel like that, anything scary would be awesome. I love Stardew, don't change. I'm very biased towards Stardew. I'd love to watch you play Binding of Isaac. You're just sucking up to me. You're telling me what I want to hear. Minecraft uses CPU mostly, I thought. It does, but none of my computer is very good. It's my CPU, I think it's like 1.8 gigahertz. It's not great. Oh, cool. Am I, No, I'm still on. Cool. I second Dwarf Fortress. I mean, I would obviously enjoy that. But I'm also, like, really bad at Dwarf Fortress. Like, I have no idea how the militaries work in Dwarf Fortress, and I've played like hundreds of hours of the game. And anyone who's played Dwarf Fortress can tell you like that is you know, par for the course. It is a very difficult game to kind of grapple with the UI. It is coming to Steam though, and they are going to F. Someone said F. That normally means the stream is down. No, seems to be back now. Everything seems fine now. Okay. Wow, there's a lot more people who played Dwarf Fortress in chat than I thought there would be. Crusader Kings 2 takes forever to learn. I sincerely doubt my computer could handle Crusader Kings 2. And I've never played it. Play old emulated classics. Like what? What would you like to see me play? Because I like all of the old video games. I like them all. Eat butterfly. Look, I want to eat the butterflies. Easy to run. Don't Starve. I would love to play Don't Starve. I do love that game. Earthworm Jim. I do love Earthworm Jim. I'm going to be pretty biased towards any game that Garrett suggested Super Metroid, but I'm going to be pretty biased towards any game that is not on the SNES Classic, because I've played all of those really recently. I conquered this bread for you, my love. What the heck is going on with my internet? Starbound, Factorio, Advance Wars. A lot of suggestions. Would you stream Civ 6 if it added an anarchist civ? Because I am making an anarchist civ. What if it was an anarchist post-civ? Parappa the Rapper would be hilarious to stream. Oh man, there was a game I was so bad at as a kid. Because like that game came out before like Guitar Hero was around to teach people rhythm. Morrowind. Like impossible. Morrowind is the most poorly optimized game of all time. I know it's like 600 years old at this point, but there's no way my computer's going to be able to handle that. I don't know if Parappa the Rapper holds up as well as you probably remember. I mean, all I basically... Because I'm not sure I ever actually played the game. All I played was the demo disc. So I know the first song where Chop Chop Master Onion says, punch in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find things will teach you, are sure to beat you, but nevertheless you get a lesson from teacher. Now punch, punch, chop. Beyond that, I don't really remember much of the game, if I'm being honest. Honestly, Jackbox with fans sounds good. Yeah. I guess. If I was going to play Jackbox, I would want other people on the stream. So I'd probably want to invite other YouTubers on. But I don't know how many of them would be willing to play with me. So if you're a YouTuber and you want to play a Jackbox game with me, get at me. Because I'll probably agree to that. I don't care if you're a small YouTuber. I like helping out small channels. When I was starting off on YouTube, it took me like, I think 4 months to get 100 subscribers, and that was miserable. And there is a part of me, I'm not going to lie, that is really jealous when people just take off right away. There's a part of me that gets like severe imposter syndrome, but I'm working through that, and I'm trying to make myself a bit more gracious in that way. Should have brought these minerals to Gunther. Would Shovel Knight work? I mean, I've already beaten Shovel Knight. I haven't played the other campaigns though. I tried playing, I think it was Plague Knights, and I just found the controls really hard to get used to. Oh man, how am I going to pronounce all these vowels? Ayu. Hello, Slimy. Sub to Patreon in April at $5, and I haven't shown up in the credits yet. I'm super proud to support you. Will I be in the next vid? You haven't shown up in the credits yet? Could you email me at thoughtslimeeditor@gmail.com your Patreon username so that I can look into that? Because I'm actually doing up the patron list for April tonight. So I'll definitely get you in there. I'm really sorry about that. Patreon's like system is really hard to navigate, and it makes it kind of like you have to kind of export everything into a spreadsheet, and I think I need a cranberry for the thing. You have to kind of put everything into a spreadsheet and kind of format it yourself, and I feel like it often misses things. So I'll look into that. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. What do I do with the ancient fruit? That lets me, I can give that to Grandpa, can't I? Thought Slime, can I send you a message via Patreon, or can you remember to use my profile pic on here and Patreon for my credits pic? Please send me a message. I have a very fickle memory. Stream is super laggy. Where did my OBS window go? This is a problem for me. My whole OBS window is... I didn't know it could do that. Yes, the stream is very laggy. Darkest Dungeon, that is a game I've been wanting to play anyway. So that might do it. Thought Slime, have you ever had the problem of people you live with misgendering you? I'm having that problem and I'm wondering if you have any advice. I have not had that problem, but my situation is kind of unique in that I will essentially accept any pronoun, with the exception of they, them, which I would prefer people didn't call me. But people will occasionally, and it's not like it, makes me sad or anything. It's just, that's not how I would like to be addressed. I would say that probably the people who are misgendering you, if they know that you prefer a certain presentation or pronoun or what have you, and they're not people that you think would be deliberately hurtful or spiteful to you, then they're probably just forgetting, and you should explain to them like how it makes you feel when they do it, gently but firmly, because I use your judgment here. If you think that they're doing it just to be dicks, then tell them to go fuck themselves. But if you feel like they're just making an honest mistake, then by all means, just let them know. I give the sweet gemberry, but this is an ancient fruit, not a sweet gemberry. I'm going to try giving it to the statue anyway. Let's see what happens. This is experimentation. It's called science. Ever heard of it? Nope. Okay, well. What kind of games do you like besides? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. It's just going to keep... It just happens every week now. I'm not going to say that it's Tristan's fault for donating $4.20, because he did talk to me last night about how he always donates $4.20 right before I'm looking away or doing something else, and I never notice. But it's a bit of a weird coincidence, isn't it? That the very second he donates to me, the stream goes offline. I'm not saying that he's working with the Russians. It's a little suspicious, though. Did I water my cat? Did I pet my cat? Okay. Let's see if it's going to rain tomorrow. If it's going to rain tomorrow, I want to upgrade my watering can. Oh, baby. Where's my copper? Where's my copper at? I don't have enough copper. I fucked up. What a fool I've been. Who called this Sailor Venus? This is Sailor Neptune, I'll have you know. Okay. Let's bring our minerals to Gunther. Not just in saying stuff in Russian. I'm just saying the evidence keeps piling up. So is Linus Cat just a feral clone or what? I don't know what Linus Cat is. I know who Linus is. Does Linus have a cat? I don't get it. Bringing our minerals to Gunther. Thoughts, Slime. What are your thoughts on the Evil Dead trilogy as a horror enthusiast? I love them all for very different reasons. My favorite is the second one because I'm a basic B in that way. But I also love Army of Darkness. I recently rewatched them all this year, or last Halloween rather, and that was great. They're some of the most personality. Or rather, they're the horror movies with some of the most personality of any movies. I think to a certain generation of horror fans, they're essentially like our Star Wars trilogy. I saw Evil Dead in high school, and it set me down like a path of watching a bunch of different movies that I never would have seen otherwise. Adriana McAllister, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Hey, Thoughts Lime. Thanks for the dope streams and nice content. Enjoy the monies. I do. I enjoy all money that I get. What a normal thing I just said. What a normal person I am. Weird how Raimi basically quit directing. Yeah, what was the last movie Sam Raimi directed? Was it Drag Me to Hell? He produced the Evil Dead remake, which I liked. I mean, it's not really an Evil Dead movie until the third act, but I liked it a lot. Aside from, I wish they hadn't done the tree thing again, because I've never liked that. Oz the Great and Powerful was Sam Raimi's last movie. Oh boy, what a stinker that was. What a fucking... That's the movie that should not have been made. Oh boy. I think of... who's the guy that wrote The Wizard of Oz? Was it E.F. Baum? Something Baum. I just imagine him rolling in his grave. On that, I saw this interview with I don't think it was Sam Raimi, but I think it was some executive from Disney, and they said that movie was important because there aren't enough fairy tales out there for boys, which is just really irritating because the Oz novels are like they deliberately had all female main characters. Frank Elbaum, thank you. But with Sam Raimi though, I mean, most directors only have a few good movies in them. And I don't know necessarily if he was at his capacity. But, if he wants to just stop making movies because he doesn't have any more ideas, I would definitely be okay with that as opposed to, just going on forever with, I have so much copper. I could have... What a fool I've been. I had copper in my inventory this whole time. Did you see Return to Oz with Fairuza Balk when it was weird and grimdark? I loved that movie when I was 8. And then when I got a bit older, I loved The Craft. So you could say I'm a lifelong Fairuza Balk fan. It wasn't a lack of ideas, it was frustration with the industry. Yeah. The old John Carpenter syndrome. At least John Carpenter still makes cool music, though. Drag Me to Hell was not that great. That's one opinion. I don't think it's Evil Dead 2 great. Yeah, The Craft is a movie I haven't seen since I was a kid. But I bet that holds up. It just seems like the type of movie that would hold up. Yeah, Drag Me to Hell is one of those movies where it's like, you know, sometimes when, like, a friend of mine described it like this. He said, sometimes when you see like a director of genre films, and you wonder, you know, do they still got it? And no one has ever like demonstrated still having it as well as Sam Raimi did with Drag Me to Hell. You know, when I say it out loud, I'm probably not saying it as well as he did. I don't need the watering can either, actually. Let's put it with the other tools. I'm putting my stuff away because we're going mining tomorrow. Is there a new Jumanji out? There's a new Jablinski Games every Friday. Alex the Ancom Squirrel asks an interesting question. Thought Slime, have you ever misgendered yourself internally? No. Well, I mean, yes, but only for about 30 years. After that, I mostly got it together. And I only do it every day. It's the type of thing where, like, that was kind of the thinking behind that whole Am I Valid video. Was like, you know, trying to kill that voice in my head that's like constantly doing that, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like, it's really easy to be cruel to yourself in your own head. And I think that it's not being cruel to yourself requires active practice. It is so difficult. And you know, I'm not exactly Mr. Self-Esteem, so I'm not going to tell you, you know, how to be, but like, it's definitely important that you find some way to make peace with your own thoughts. I love Hellraiser 1 to 3. After 3, they were all crap. I've actually only seen 1 to 3, but I've heard 4 is really good. That's the one where they like travel through time. But like Hellraiser 2 friggin' ruled. Thought Slime, what's your gender? Is there a video about it? I am non-binary. I don't like to get much more specific about it than that. I guess you could call me gender fluid if you need words. Are these? These aren't slimes. I can hurt them. It's fine. The video about it is called We Don't Talk About She-Ra. And in the first 10 minutes of it or so, I pretend like I'm making a response video to this reactionary dipshit named The Quartering. Here's a little behind-the-scenes fun fact on that game. Not on that video, rather. I was pretending to be nice to him in it, like I gave a shit about him, but I don't hate his guts. He's a bad man. Thoughts on veganism? Somebody asks this every stream. I am a big city vegan, so my thoughts on it are positive. I think it's a good idea. Thought Slime, that video made me cry. Made me cry too, several times. That was a hard video to make. I kept filming it and I kept crying. And I wasn't refilming it because I was crying. It was like unrelated technical difficulties like I have with every single video. Okay, you, out of my way. We don't hurt slimes around here, so you're lucky. We hurt bats, though. We hurt them very badly. Have I seen Kay and Skittle stuff? I have. It's great. I also am very jealous because I wanted a ferret so badly when I was a child. Favorite food? Ooh, good question. Favorite food category? Sushi. Particularly AAC rolls. Avocado, asparagus, and cucumber. Or yam tempura rolls are also really good. Big popcorn fan. Eat popcorn way too much. I don't really have much of a sweet tooth. My daughter is jealous as well. She's been trying to get us to give her a ferret forever. Yeah, I went to this dude's house when I was like really young, and he had a ferret named Snoopy. And I was obsessed with ferrets. I used to draw these little comics about ferrets, and I was just fucking mad about ferrets. Then I found out that apparently they smell really bad. Is the thing? I mean, I do too. I'm not judging. Favorite punk band? I don't really listen to a lot of punk, if I'm being honest. I just never really got into it. I'm not like judging people who listen to punk. It's just not my thing. I get it. It's not for me. My friend says it's selfish to identify as non-binary. Your friend sucks. Sorry to be the one to tell you. Your friend is a shitty friend. Get out of here. These little shadow puffy boys. Thought Slime, did you see Philosophy Tube's video on suicide and mental health? Yeah, that video broke my heart. That is, to me, the high watermark of political YouTube videos. I sincerely doubt we're going to see something much better than that anytime soon. Wow, hadn't finished. My friend says it's selfish to identify as non-binary, but I think it might be, and I don't know how to talk to him about it. It isn't. I'm sorry that you feel that way. It isn't selfish to identify as non-binary. You can use it in service of selfish ends, I suppose, like the way that you could any identity. But I don't think anybody, I think it's selfish to try and dictate how people can refer to themselves. As for how to talk to your friend about it, I kind of struggle with this, because if it were me, I would just tell them to go fuck themselves. But if you aren't able to do that for whatever reason, then kind of walk them through what it means for people to be non-binary and the struggles that they face because of it. I would say there's a YouTuber named Messy Elliott who has a really good breakdown of all the common arguments against gender non-conforming people. and their content is just incredible. They break down every single like common argument and just dismantle them with like facts. So I would start there. What? Floor 50, baby. What you got in this treasure chest? Oh, boots. What do boots do? Hell yeah. I got better boots. The concept of eradicating gender being bad is legit a turf argument meant to attack trans people. Don't know about that. I think there are legitimate critiques of gender abolitionism, and I think a lot of gender abolitionist arguments kind of dovetail uncomfortably with TERF arguments. And I understand that gender abolitionism is kind of like a response to TERFs, but I feel like it concedes a lot of ground that I don't think we necessarily need to concede. Ah, you're not a rock? You betrayed me. I thought you were a rock. I could have struck you with my pickaxe. Sorry, what I meant to say was non-binary being conflated with some gender abolitionism is a turf thing from my experience. Ah, I see. Yes. Sorry. Definitely agree. If anything, I think, well, and I think there's gender abolitionists of all stripe, and I certainly I disagree with gender abolitionists. I don't consider them like turf level bad. By any means. I consider very few things in this world turf level bad, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah. I'm not sure I would agree that NB is a gender. I mean, it's really more of a category of various types of gender identity, but I'm not sure that it itself is a discrete gender that one could be. Thought Slime, since you're vegan, does that mean you wouldn't eat Jeff Bezos? No one gets hurt if I eat Jeff Bezos, though. I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean. Because you're not allowed to be like cruel or hurt things if you're a vegan, and I don't understand the harm in that. Okay. Now you know what we do with our geodes. We wait until the end of stream. We process them all at once. Gunther's going to be over the moon with all of our various minerals. So many minerals, she'll say, thank you so much. And we'll say, Gunther, thank you. I'd be hurting my own taste buds? For what? If I did what? I am a vegetable. Would you eat me? You know, sometimes questions make me a little uncomfortable. just every now and then. Hey. There we go. Gunther needs that. Don't need that. Don't need those. Why do people keep talking about Jumanji? I don't get it. I feel like I'm not in on the joke. I don't understand. Busy night in chat. I've got it in slow mode. I usually have it in slow mode because otherwise I just cannot keep up. Like, I only have 150 people on the stream, but like, people talk so fast. I don't know how streamers do it. It is trying to read all of it. It's I'm going to see John Wick 3 in a couple of hours. Not sure it'll be good, but it does have a non-binary character played by an NB actor, so that is good. Is the actor Ruby Rose? Is she non-binary? I know she was in the second one. I have not seen the second one, though at my last job, I did get to read the script before the movie came out. And let me tell you, those movies don't really translate to the page very well. Reading a John Wick movie, not as exciting as seeing one. Gotta tell you. Aw, Dracula loves me. Isn't that nice? I didn't even know there was a second John Wick movie. There's a third John Wick movie. And kind of a fourth, because I think their intention was for Atomic Blonde to also be a John Wick movie, or in the greater John Wick-niverse. But it didn't really do too well. I also didn't see it, but it looked really good, I thought. Maybe I'm just the classic fool. Would I rather eat Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk? Gotta be the bees, man. Looks like he takes better care of himself. Elon Musk looks like he'd be grizzly, if I'm being honest. What's better, She-Ra reboot or Hilda? What is Hilda? Ever shot dope in your life? If it was free and a close friend was doing it, would you try it? I wouldn't shoot it. I can tell you that. Not a big fan of needles. And I gotta be honest, with my back condition, I've been on like the mildest opiates. I've been on like Tylenol 3s on and off this week. And that is not enjoyable. I get that there's a qualitative difference between a hard drug like heroin and a Tylenol 3. Like, I'm not an idiot, but I gotta tell you, the taking even those, like, I feel like I'm gonna fall over and I'm just sleepy all the time. It's not great. I'm not a fan of that. Does anything ever come out of these dang trees? Hilda is a Netflix cartoon. I have not heard of this program. Nicer if you smoke it, to BH. Yeah, I'm not looking to do it, if I'm being honest. It's not on my to-do list. Like, no judgment. It's just not something I'm looking to do. Like, any drug whose purpose is that it just makes you want more of that drug, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe that's not something your boy needs. I'm much more of a hallucinogens person. I love doing hallucinogens. In theory, in the video game Minecraft, I love doing hallucinogens. Almost got me there. Am I a fan of uppers? Well, I just took a big sip of coffee at 9 o'clock at night. You tell me. My friends are sending me all sorts of messages. I don't understand what it's about. Okay, they want to play board games. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. We recently started playing Pandemic Legacy. That's fun. Pandemic Legacy, that's a lot of fun if you want to buy an expensive board game and then get to ruin it with your friends. Thought Slime, have you ever watched Madoka Magica? I don't know what that is. I'm going to assume it's an anime. Am I right? How do uppers feel for people that aren't ADHD? I don't know. Does that mean we're your friends? Of course. Of course. Everyone in my stream is my friend. Everyone that engages with me is my personal parasocial friend. With most people, you get one social. With me, you get a pair of them. Oh, it's Tuesday. We can go to the Magic Caravan. This stream took a turn toward drugs and board games, and I'm all about it. I feel like I probably talk about drugs the least of any anarchist in the world. Which is weird, because I thought I was really into drugs before I started hanging out online in leftist spaces and listening to Street Fight radio. And then I realized, like, nah, I'm not, though. Not compared to some people. Magic mushrooms have the reputation of changing lives, and everyone has all these epiphanies, but it just made me giggle a lot. Well, that can be life-changing for some people. Mental health issues are pretend. I'm going to assume there's some context to you saying that. That isn't just you being an asshole, and not ban you yet. Let's see how long you can keep that up. Yo, is this not where the caravan go? Is this not? Friendos. Shouldn't there be a caravan here? What's the deal? I literally only have bad trips on shrooms, never acid. I've never had a bad time on acid. I had one really bad time on mushrooms in the video game Minecraft. That was because a friend of mine started having a bad trip before I did, and I had given the mushrooms to her, and I was feeling really guilty about that. So, other than that, I've only ever had good times. Caravan is on the weekend? What? This is Mandela effect, okay? Because I was certain it was on Tuesdays. You're Mandela affecting me, and I don't appreciate it. No, I didn't mean that. I wanted the weather report. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boo. But don't ban me. I am a fan. Oh, okay. Well, here's gonna be the deal. Stop saying horseshit like that, and I won't ban you. But if you continue saying that type of whack shit, then you're out of here. That's the way that's gonna be. Being cool is for nerds. Drugs are bad. Living up to your name, I see. um, One time when me and some friends were on some LSD in the video game Minecraft, um, a friend of mine started playing the video game Prototype because they built all of Prototype out of redstone. It was engineering marvel, and let me tell you, that was intense. That wasn't nice. Don't recommend it. Thought slime, I need more cranberries. I have enough cranberries. Don't cranberry shame me. I'm doing my best. This is a small farm, local, organic ingredients. We're doing what we can. I don't know how to play Stardew and chill. The game gives me optimization anxiety. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, like, I think because you can just play it forever, that, like, I'm like, if I don't do it right this time, I'll come around and I'll fix it later. Gunther needs that. Gunther needs that. Let's go. It's Gunther time. Donate to my Patreon so I can beat Dr. P. Who's Dr. P? I'm not getting any of the good stuff from any of this garbage. Thought Slime, you should play Zoombinis. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a children's collectible, like Hatchimals type of deal. Peterson, I see. Well, you'll never know if you're beating him because he no longer makes his earnings public anymore. So we'll never know how much he's making. Beasts of No Nation. Wasn't that, didn't Idris Elba direct that? Wasn't that? He had something to do with it. Thought Slime, any plans on doing collab videos with other bread tubers? Absolutely. Solid plans? Not really. Just I am a very shy person. I'm not good at asking people for collabs and things like that. And also I also feel like I don't really have like an area of expertise or really anything that I would be comfortable being like the guest on someone else's product for. So I don't really know like what I really have to like offer someone in terms of a collab. Like I'll read lines for people sometimes, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like I have an expertise that I could really bring much to the table. I really think like my strength is cracking jokes and things like that. And you know, if you don't think I'm funny, that's cool. But I think that's probably like my main differentiator is that my particular sense of humor is kind of different than most people's. Hey, Thought Slime, stop talking. You don't have to always be talking. You should do a video game stream with someone. I would love to. If anyone who has a YouTube channel wants to, hit me up. I've streamed with people in the past. I will stream with people in the future. Thought Slime, I love you, comrade. Please notice me. Jake the Snake, you have been noticed. Ooh, a horror movie. Yes, that is kind of an area of not quite expertise, but definitely something I'm quite knowledgeable about. I like to flatter myself anyway. I don't know why. I just had that reaction where I said to myself, yeah, I know a lot about horror movies. And then I thought, oh, no, I shouldn't say that. People are going to think I'm bragging. People are going to think, oh, look how full of himself he is, saying he knows so much about horror movies. He doesn't know as much as me. Like, that was a really weird reaction I just had emotionally. Thought Slime, what genre of games are your jam? Roguelites, for sure. Playing a lot of Enter the Gungeon on my Switch these days. Basically, anytime I have a spare moment, which is practically never, that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll even play it when I don't have a spare moment and I really should be doing something more productive, which is often. Other genres of video game? I don't know. Like I said earlier, like building games. I like WRPGs. Like I like all of the Fallout, the and Elder Scrolls games. I say that I've only played the bad Fallout games that everybody's mad about, and New Vegas. I've never played the old classic Fallout games because I'm a fake gamer girl. Do you like Frank Henenlotter? I fucking love Basket Case. Basket Case is probably one of my Desert Island movies. I could watch it 1,000 times. It's just, I just love the look of it. I love the characters. I think it's genuinely sweet. I'm somewhat seriously entertaining the notion of starting a second channel where I just talk about horror movies, and the first one would be a long form essay about the subtle beauty of the movie Basket Case, which I'm not like, when I talk about Ghoulies, that's tongue in cheek. That is not the case for Basket Case, which I think is a genuinely touching and wonderful little movie. But I haven't seen his other films, aside from Basket Case 2 and 3. Brain Damage is kind of permanently on my to-watch list, and I doubt I'm going to watch Frankenhooker. But, you know. Or any of the softcore porns he directed after he kind of ran out of money. His recent Bad Biology is pretty good, too. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll check it out. All of the Fallout games are bad. Okay. H-Bomber Guy's alt account found. That's not true. H-Bomber Guy likes New Vegas. Thought Slime, have you seen Murder Party? Murder Party rules. Murder Party is a lot of fun. It's also like, it's bizarre that the same person made Green Room and Murder Party and Blue Ruin. like these two really bleak, sad movies and one goofy Halloween movie. I love it. I think he made it when he was in film school, um, but it was a lot of fun. Highly recommend Murder Party, particularly if, like me, you grew up with a lot of drama kids. Which crystal gem would you be the most okay with dying? Probably rose quartz. Is The Last Exorcism considered to be a good horror movie by fans of the genre? Uh, I've heard people recommend it. I haven't seen it myself. I find all kind of exorcism movies to kind of be the same. Uh, it there's a spooky demon and then spooky stuff happens. It's like the two types of movie that I will very seldomly see are found footage movies about a spooky house or possession movies. I you have to work a lot harder to convince me that they're interesting. Brain Damage, aka Dead Alive in the U.S. No, Brain Dead is Dead Alive in the U.S. Brain Damage is a different movie. I want to finish Hollow Knight. Yeah, you and me both. That game is hard. But also, like, gorgeous. That's one of the best Metroidvanias, if not like the best. Like, it's up there with like Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, in my opinion. The Wailing is the best horror movie of the 2010s IMO. I did love The Wailing. Kind of lost me at the end with the Spooky Man. Spoilers, I guess. There's a Spooky Man at the end. But in my opinion, Hereditary is probably the best horror movie of the 2010s. Maybe that is recency bias. I think also the Suspiria remake was incredible. But Hereditary was just something else. The guy asked me out, then ghosted. Why do men suck? Well, Joseph, you probably just intimidated him. You know, he probably looked at you and said, oh, geez, there's no way that I can live up to this person's standards. And then, got scared and ran away. It's the curse of beauty. It's just something you're going to have to probably live with for the rest of your life. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. What's the most horrifying horror movie you've ever seen? Horrifying for me is a very different answer than what would likely scare anyone else. But to me, the two movies that have scared me the most, aside from The Ring, which scared me a shitload because I was 17 when I watched it, would be there's a John Carpenter movie called Prince of Darkness, which is a very silly movie, but it's and people say this about a lot of movies, but it's got this very dreamlike, surreal atmosphere that is very reminiscent of my personal nightmares. So that movie hit me hard. But I would say scariest, like, in general, I'm not really sure. Like, if I hadn't just talked about Hereditary, I would want to say Hereditary, but now I feel like people are gonna look at me like a doofus. Most horrifying is The Thing. I love The Thing. I think it's very frightening on an intellectual level, but it doesn't really like keep me up. The Ring was scary. Like, that is a good movie. It's just, I don't know if I saw it as an adult, if it would have the same effect on me as it did when I was a child. I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a very frightening movie. particularly if you watch it the correct way. And the correct way to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a movie that has been on my mind a lot lately, because the YouTube channel Dead Meat is doing a series about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I also watched one of the shitty sequels on Netflix the other night, and oh boy, what a piece of garbage. It was the one that was originally called Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, but is now called Texas Chainsaw. But anyway, the correct way to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on a really shitty TV, on a really shitty VHS rip, so that you can barely see what's going on. That is how you watch that movie. That's how I watched it for the first time, and let me tell you, that's how you do it. That is a movie that if you haven't seen it, it is absolutely worth your time. I slept on that movie for way too long because based on the title, I thought it was going to be a very mindless movie, but it is not. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a masterpiece, and it is one of, if not the best, American horror movie of all time. Is that the 2010s one? The shitty sequel was, yeah. That was made in, I think, 2013. You were an extra in Hereditary? Holy shit. That's awesome. Texas Chainsaw is legit my favorite movie of all time. I hope you mean the original, not the sequel I was just bad-mouthing. But you definitely did, because no one's favorite movie is that sequel I was just bashing, because it was hideously bad. I've been looking for a good story-driven stream of Night in the Woods. Thought Slime, have you played it? I have played it. I bought it and played it when H-Bomber Guy said he was going to make a video on it. And it's been 17 years since that night. And if you listen closely, you can still hear me screaming. Matthew McConaughey is not in Texas Chainsaw Massacre NXT. Matthew McConaughey is in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, I believe. But don't watch any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies after 2. And really only watch 2 if you have a high tolerance for camp, as I do. '80s slasher movies all boiled down to Vietnam on some level. That's a take. I don't really see how, like, A Nightmare on Elm Street boils down to Vietnam. For example, I think that's a pretty standard story of the fear of adolescence and mortality. I kind of love Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, not gonna lie. Yeah, that movie, I think, has had very much a critical resurgence. I think it was one of those movies that fans really hated at the time, but has since, not unlike Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It was a movie that, like, fans hated when it came out and is now considered just like a beloved classic, and people will not admit that they disliked it when it came out because they don't want to look like jerks. 80s slashers were really an offshoot of the Italian movies that came before. They were definitely influenced by Giallo movies, like to the extent that Halloween, the theme song to Halloween, is ripped whole cloth from, I believe, the film Deep Red by Argento. I believe it's Deep Red. I know it's some Argento movie. And several of the kills from the first Friday the 13th are also ripped straight from that movie. Yeah, but that, to be honest, like, Giallo movies are kind of like my big glaring weak spot in horror history, because there's something about, like, I love movies with weird logic. Like, I'm not against that, but there's something about the Italian weird logic in particular that just turns me off. With, exceptions. Like, I love Suspiria, the original, and the remake, but I'm referring to the original. I love. Is Della Morte Dellamore? Is that Italian? I love that movie. The Descent gave me nightmares for a week. Now there's a movie I have to watch. I've heard that movie is really good. Barbara Steele is the ultimate scream queen. What is Barbara Steele in? I'm not familiar with the name. I feel like you and Jim Sterling would get on really well with your horror banter. Well, we may have. Unfortunately, Jim Sterling had to go and badmouth demonic toys from the makers of Ghoulies. And if anyone who knows me will tell you, you don't talk shit about demonic toys in my presence. I've watched a ton of Italian cinema from that period, not just horror, but other stuff like crime and westerns. People generally can't look past the bad acting, but the artistry is excellent. If bad acting bothered me, I wouldn't be as much of a horror fan as I am. Like, most slashers just have atrocious acting. Not like universally. There are obviously good actors in slashers. And usually, like, the villains are very well acted. But I think of, like, that guy who sings in, I think it's Friday the 13th, Part 5. He's complaining about enchiladas, and he's singing on the toilet. That's to me, that is what acting in a horror movie looks like. That is the horror movie actor in my brain. Dear Slimebo, notice a chill in the air? It could be just the approach of winter, or it could be the tingle of a dark specter here to help us celebrate tomorrow's festival, the Spirits Eve. Come to town at 10 p.m. if you'd like to participate, Mayor Lewis. Well, how very thematically appropriate. Look at all these penis plants that I just picked. Winter is coming. Oh boy, let's not have Game of Thrones discourse. Oh boy. I am so sick of talking about Game of Thrones. Thought Slime, do you like Death Proof by Quentin Tarantino? Well, I sure did. Until it came out that it was based on his attempted murder of Uma Thurman. It was probably my favorite Tarantino movie before that. Which makes me feel like a real creep now. Have you ever seen 2001 Maniacs? No. I think the most Maniacs I've ever seen is like 3. I love Event Horizon. Event Horizon's pretty good. The Dead Space movie. Wait, what is this about Death Proof? So, apparently, after Uma Thurman threatened to, like, basically out Harvey Weinstein as a sexual predator, Tarantino, like, begged her not to do it. And shortly thereafter, he put her in this stunt that everybody on set was, told him was super dangerous. And he conducted it in a way that seemed like he was trying to get her killed. And then she just kind of like let that go. And she said, he's probably just wanted to make the movie. This is during the filming of Kill Bill Part 2, I believe. He just wanted to make the movie really good. It's, I'm imagining things. And then his very next movie is about a stuntman like using cars to kill people in a stunt that was very similar to the one that she felt was him trying to kill her. So Not a great look. Mm. I mean, this is Quentin Tarantino, the man who wrote a scene in From Dusk Till Dawn where Selma Hayek puts her feet directly in his mouth. And, you know, like that's like, because she's a vampire, right? So she puts her feet in his mouth. It's, you know, it's thematic, you know, because she's a vampire and there's a snake. So she's kind of underscoring that by putting her feet in his mouth. Quentin is also way too ready to use the N-word, just whatever. Yeah. To me, my favorite thing about Quentin Tarantino is that he was so mad that when he misspelled the words Inglorious Bastards on the screenplay, he decided, no, I meant to do that. And that's just how the title of the movie is spelled. I did that on purpose. And then there's nothing in the movie that would indicate that that would be the case. It's very clearly just he didn't know how to spell it, spelled it wrong, got embarrassed, then claimed he did it on purpose. And I'm amazed that more people don't make fun of him for it. By all means, don't know how to spell. I am not a strong speller, but you know, cop to it when you're called out. Look, my apostrophes go in all sorts of crazy places sometimes. Thought Slime, are you anti Ralph Bakshi? Hardly. Ralph Bakshi is, you know, while we're talking about famous creeps whose sexual proclivities show in their work, I think Ralph Bakshi, I have a great deal of nostalgia for his movies. I remember when I was like 18, or no, way younger actually, when I was like 12, come to think of it, there was this show that came on late at night on the Canadian Cartoon Network called Teletoon. It was called Spicy City, and it was this supposedly sexy cyberpunk future animated by Ralph Bakshi in his weird, lumpy, everything moves too much style. And I thought that show was like the bee's knees, even though it is fucking trash. Like, you can look it up on YouTube. It is trash, but I thought it was so cool when I was like 12. But if you're going to tell me that there's some problematic history to Ralph Bakshi that I'm not aware of, then I'm not going to be shocked, if I'm honest with you. Is QT's remake not deliberately misspelt as a nod to the original? Was there an original? I didn't know it was a remake. When you do a death of the author, you become an author. Yes, you free them of their curse, and they finally, their soul can move on, and you are suddenly burdened by becoming the author and chained to the work forever. Thought Slime, I'd love if you made a horror channel. Your videos are the bee's knees. I'm thinking about it. It would double my workload every week, but potentially also double my revenue every week. So who knows? Who here loves Time Bandits? I haven't seen Time Bandits, but let me offer in exchange Spanish movie called Time Crimes, which was a lot of fun. It's about a Spanish man in the countryside who is being chased by a bandaged maniac with garden shears and inadvertently keeps stumbling through time. And it's great. Highly recommend. When's the next video coming out? Tomorrow. What up? Make leftist creepypastas. I'm not going to take Nick Sphere's job. Thought Slime, why do the French film in Quebec instead of France? Do French directors get incentivized to film there instead of France? I have no idea. I didn't know that that was a big thing. I mean, obviously I've seen Quebecois movies, but I don't tend to notice, I don't watch a lot of French movies, so I didn't know that was a thing. When I think of movies, when I think of Quebecois movies, I think of Bon Cop, Bad Cop, which is, it's just a buddy cop movie, and the only reason they made it was for that title, which is not a particularly funny title. I maintain that a funnier title, because the premise of the movie is that an Anglo by the books cop and a badass francophone cop have to work together. A better title would have been Come See, Come Cop. How do you feel about Cronenberg, the only Canadian horror director I can think of? I love his early movies. I'm not so much a fan of his serious dramas. But I love Videodrome and The Fly. I haven't seen The Brood, but I imagine it's very similar. I mean, any movie with gooey puppets is a movie I'm going to like. People ask, what is Thought Slime like? He likes gooey puppets. That's my thing. Can you get poutine at the movies in Quebec? If so, I'm moving there. You can get poutine in a lot of places in Canada. I imagine it's probably even more prevalent in Quebec, but I don't really like poutine. What is the funniest horror movie? I would say it's a toss-up between Evil Dead 2 and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Get non-compete to make a gooey puppet and then you can do the voice. That is an amazing idea. Didn't Jim Carrey direct the number 23? Doesn't that technically make him a Canadian director? Also, do you have any thoughts on the number 23? Because I sure do. I haven't seen it, if I'm being honest. I understand the premise is that it's a very spooky number. He's very scared of this spooky number and all of the Michael Jordans that are coming after him. Michael Jordan's gonna get you, Jim Carrey. What about Shaun of the Dead? You're right. I didn't even think of that. Shaun of the Dead is absolutely. I would say it's tied with Evil Dead 2. I'm sorry, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I'm gonna have to bump you down a peg. As a Batman fan, what did you think of Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice? Didn't see it. Not gonna see it. I don't care that they did my boy Batman dirty, but I really hate Zack Snyder's treatment of Superman. My favorite movie of all time is Superman the Motion Picture. And the fact that they got my least favorite director in the entire world to direct remakes of my two favorite movies of all time, Dawn of the Dead and Superman, just chaps me raw. I hate it. I hate him. I hate all of his movies. And you could not pay me enough to get me to watch that dog shit Batman versus Superman. Hot Fuzz was better than Shaun of the Dead. Fight me. I'm not going to fight you for being correct. What about Army of Darkness now, though? The best Evil Dead movie. It's the second best. Evil Dead 2 is the best. What was that crazy noise? What was the noise, though? Well, that's cryptic. Zack Snyder's Watchmen is the best possible adaptation of that property. That's you've that's the second worst opinion you've had in chat today. That movie is dog shit, and it's if you gave me a point and shoot camera, I could make a better Watchmen movie in a week. Ben S, thank you for the $20 super chat. That's very kind of you. The problem with Watchmen is that, and I know this is a very cold take, but Snyder fundamentally does not understand the material. He genuinely seems to think that the characters in Watchmen are like action stars, and he put in a bunch of cool action scenes. And if you read the comics, they're not at all portrayed that way, and it really kind of spoiled the story for me, because like everybody talks about Rorschach, right? And I think he got Rorschach wrong, but I don't think that was the most glaring problem. To me, it was the treatment of Night Owl and Silk Spectre. There's a scene in the comics, and it's this great little scene where they're flying around in Night Owl's owl blimp, right? And he's this pudgy, out of shape, like his best years are behind him dude. And they're talking about their glory days, and they find this building full of people that are in trouble, and they save them by like bringing the blimp to the fire escape, extending a bridge, and like welcoming them on. And they go, "Hey, come in. We've got hot chocolate." And it's this very like gentle, kind like scene of them getting to do something actually good, and then doing that like kind of makes them feel important, and then they totally bang. In the movie, it's like this slowed down action sequence where like Silk Spectre like jumps down from the roof in slow-mo, and like dust is falling around her, and she's like, "Come with me if you want to live," and she like does cool somersault moves to get into the blimp, and it's all about how like cool they look and how action oriented this is. And it's like, that's not what I wanted from this movie. Like, it could not possibly have missed the point harder. And I, to my dying day, I will defend the vagina squid. I think the idea that is like too out there, you know, the people wouldn't accept the vagina squid at the end of the movie. It's too crazy. If you think that, you shouldn't be making a fucking Watchmen movie. Chat and Thought Slime, y'all looking forward to the Good Omens movie? I didn't know they were making a Good Omens movie, to be honest. Yo, chicken statue, hell yes. That's going up right away. How do I place? Why can't I place? Do I have to do it inside my house? I read Good Omens in high school and I quite enjoyed it. Um, why cannot I place? Hmm. Yeah, that could be a good movie. How about From Hell? Are you talking about the movie? Because I haven't seen it, but I love the book. I haven't read it in like 10 years, but I enjoyed it when I did. I'll basically read anything by Alan Moore that is over 10 years old. Donate it to the museum, you'll get a placeable one. Thank you. Finally. Will Good Omens be the first Terry Pratchett movie? First live action one, maybe. Well, first live action theatrical one. I need to watch the Spider-Verse movie. Yo, this is horseshit. I want to go into town. I want to get rid of this bad, unplaceable statue and get the placeable one. Moore, of course, hated the film. Which film? Watchmen or From Hell? Because Alan Moore hates all of the movies based on his work. I believe I've heard that the only two adaptations he's ever been happy with were the Justice League Unlimited episode that adapted for The Man Who Has Everything, and the Watchmen the Animated Series web video by Happy Harry. Dang. And I don't really blame Alan Moore for that, because most adaptations of his work are dog shit. The upcoming Watchmen TV show, that's going to be a mess. Thought Slime, I get so many stares walking around Alabama. Why? I cried when I found out Douglas Adams died and when Terry Pratchett died. Yeah. No, we get it, Ewan Walker. You don't understand Watchmen. That's fine. It's okay to not understand Watchmen. It's not everybody has to understand every work of art. It's fine. I think Alan Moore really misunderstood Rorschach. I'm the only one who really understood Watchmen. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a perfectly fine, serviceable film. I couldn't even finish the sentence. I'm sorry, it's such a bad movie. That was the first movie that I ever went to see alone, because I was in a play and I arrived too early for rehearsals because I thought they were like several hours before they were. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it, I'll go see this movie. And nobody would go with me, and I should have known by that. Not to see it, but yeah, definitely learned my lesson on that one. I think it's probably the first movie I ever saw in theaters that I didn't like. You should order a Garfield Eats for the stream sometime. Yeah, if they ever open, I would be happy to. I would love to intergage with them and their fine suite of products. Unfortunately, they said they would be open May 12th. Here it is. It's like May 16th. I don't see any Garfield pizzas. Do you? It's a little bit of a sore spot for me these days. Okay, I just want a Garfield pizza. The only good thing that came out of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is ending Sean Connery's career, because Connery is a braying jackass. Was it League of Extraordinary... Well, Ron, do I have good news for you? Because after League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Sean Connery was in a Scottish animated film. Um, I believe I forget the name of it, but it was absolutely terrible, and it's the last movie he'll ever do. Um, and it's a far more fitting send off to that piece of shit than than League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. What time is it where you are? It's 10. No, it's 9:40. Connery was the best Bond, though. Eh. I think they're all pretty much the same, if I'm being honest. Bond is not exactly a challenging character to portray. Okay, look at the camera, be charming and handsome, and ladies want to sleep with you. That's... There, you're James Bond. Sir Billy, yes, that was what it was called. I believe I heard about that on the Flophouse, is the only reason I know about that particular gem. I've never seen a Bond movie, to be honest. Are any of them worth watching? Sure, I guess. I mean, they're all kind of, standard action movies. Part of the fun of James Bond is being familiar with all of the weird little recurring in-jokes and all of the catchphrases that he's going to say and how they're going to work them in. But other than that, they're just like action movies of their time. So if you like a particular era of action movies, there's probably a James Bond movie that is similar to it that you can enjoy. DCAU Batman is the best Batman. Kevin Smith. I think you mean Kevin Conroy. And I agree. That is absolutely the best interpretation of Batman. When is the Halloween festival? I want to go. I seriously have to wait till 10:30? This is ridiculous. Watch Austin Powers instead. The original Austin Powers just went up on Canadian Netflix, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to dip back in. See how that movie treats me these days. I would still approve of Idris Elba as Bond. That's the only way they could get me to watch them again. I would also watch if Tilda Swinton was Bond. Hey, this is Halloween. This is Halloween. Yep. Please tell me I have enough for the Sailor Jupiter Scarecrow. Yes. I didn't mean to buy that one, but thank you. Got some skeletons in here. Thoughtslime, would you watch ACAB the movie if someone made it? Sure. Like a movie about bad cops? There's plenty of them. Tilda Swinton was amazing in Constantine. Constantine, I think, is an underrated movie. And I think Peter Stormare as the devil is inspired. I do like the jack-o'-lanterns. Good work, Emily. Where's my future husband? Shin Gojira has meat for an anarchist-themed video. I have thought the same thing, if I'm being honest. That was a fun movie. Oh, this is a maze. I have to go through a maze to find my crush. I mean, the first Austin Powers isn't terrible, Power's less of a pig than James Bond, and generally speaking, I'm to understand Archer is just better. Go watch Archer. Not a big Archer fan. Gotta be honest. I find it really repetitive. Can I go in? Why can't I go into the spooky house? Penny, you've got a problem. I want to... Okay, let's see what's on this spooky TV. Have you watched Legends of Tomorrow? I haven't, but they let John Constantine be bi, so I'm tempted. Pretty sure most of the characters on Legends of Tomorrow are bi. You can fault to the Arrowverse for a lot of things, but I think its queer representation is pretty on point. The showrunner, of almost all of these shows, is Greg Berlanti, and he just makes any character he can get away with making gay, and it rules. And the first 2 seasons of Arrow are the most homoerotic thing I've ever seen. They're practically softcore gay porns, and it owns. Greg Berlanti also did a film called what was it? It's a baseball team full of gay men in the 90s. It stars the dad from Frasier. And I think Dean Cain is in it as well. Slime, go back? Go back to what? There's a false wall next to the question mark sign. Okay. Okay. Let's investigate. My future husband is Godzilla because I love Godzilla. Best of luck to you. Godzilla is a fine piece. Best Toho monster other than Godzilla? The answer is obviously Gigan. Well, I gotta be honest, so far, the rest of this maze has left a lot to be desired. Okay, here we go. Okay. Cool. Golden pumpkin, hell yeah! Why make anything to do with Green Arrow if he doesn't look like Errol Flynn? Never look up what Errol Flynn was like. I thought Paul Bettany would make a good John Constantine. Yeah, he would have. The guy they have on the Arrowverse, though, is pretty good, I thought. I haven't really watched much Legends of Tomorrow, but I've seen their Constantine on Arrow. I think he was on one episode of The Flash as well. Yes, Gigan loved Unity. Gigan is amazing. I don't understand how Gigan isn't like we all love Ghidorah. Of course. And I'm excited to see Ghidorah in the new Godzilla movie, even though I hated the last Godzilla movie, and I'll probably hate this one too, but I'll end up seeing it because I just want to see giant monsters fight each other all the time. Where's my Gigan movie? Where is it? I think aside from Gigan, probably Biollante? Biollante? I don't know how you pronounce it. I've only ever really seen it in writing. Thought Slime, would you watch a Mother/Earthbound movie if one came out? Sure. Why wouldn't I? Where is Linus? What is this over here? Oh, it's just flowers. That's nothing. Did you see Detective Pikachu? No, I'm probably not going to be able to see it till it comes out on video, because it's going to be a hard sell convincing any of my adult friends to see the movie with me. But I want to see all of the Pokemons. I want to see them walk around. I know what Errol Flynn did, but that's how actual Robin Hood looked is nearly a drill tweet. Yeah. Linus isn't accessible without cheating? You mean marriage-wise? Because don't worry. I took care of it. Look at all this beautiful corn. Mm-mm. Not enough fisting in this thread. I'm sorry? Fishing. Fishing. Sometimes I read what I want to read. Get out of here, corn. Get out of here, corn. Do I have any corn saved away for a rainy day? I do. No, that's my inventory, not the chest. I don't. Where am I going to put this grave? I didn't want to buy this grave. I'll put it right here as a reminder of my own mortality. What's up, Dracula? Mm-hmm. You can go in town now to get a placeable chicken statue at the museum. Thank you for keeping me honest. Oh, hey. Ancient fruit. Nice. Fisting is for higher levels. You need more XP. Where's my fisting stat? I was actually with another left tuber who scoffed at me for wanting to see the Electric Detective Mouse movie, and I won't name them, but they cut me deep. The other year, the UK banned fisting in porn because they thought it was too obscene. I mean, I think if something is porn, nothing is too obscene. Obscenity really shouldn't be the issue. Like, if something is unethical, that's one thing. Porn, kind of by definition, is obscene. Is Detective Pikachu a cop? No, he is a private detective. Take my useless chicken statue and convert it to a correct statue. I've discovered... Now, am I going to get a bunch of statues for that? Did I discover a cheat? No. Lame. Well, it's Sunday. I should be able to go to the Magic Caravan now. Ryan Green, Slime, what is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Clefairy. Always will be. I had a Clefairy that I caught in the original Pokemon Red, and it had Sleep, and Sleep was so fucking busted. Made Pokemon easier to catch, made Pokemon easier to fight. All around, incredible move. Very cute little Pokemon. Big fan. Highly recommend Clefairy. They missed a real opportunity to cast Danny DeVito as Detective Pikachu. I am bitter about that. I want to see a movie with squirrels. There should always be more of us. Movie with squirrels. Now, I'm going to place the chicken statue by the grave. That way it is a reminder of... Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to place the chicken statue by the grave because it won't let me put it on the grass or outside. It's strictly an inside statue. My favorite is Banette. I don't know what that one is. I don't know any Pokemon after the first generation. You could be making them all up as far as I know. This is a wall. It's green. Yeah, you can talk about all the newfangled Pokemons that you want. Back in my day, we had 3 Pokemon. We had Charmander, we had Gyarados, and we had Magmar, and that was the way we liked it. I have either a bug bite or a pimple on the side of my head. I thought Danny DeVito turned down the role of Detective Pikachu because the setting is super duper fucked up. Like, didn't he describe it as endorsing slavery? He might have done so after the fact. I believe they didn't offer it to him, but he said he wasn't interested after people complained. Dratini is my favorite. That's a good Pokemon. Little water snake. I can get down with Dratini. I don't understand how Dratini, that's like, is really cool looking. And then it evolves and it gets even cooler looking. And then it evolves into the worst and ugliest Pokemon. Looks like it's from a completely different game. I don't understand that whatsoever. Team Rocket's Meowth from the English dub is my fave. Isn't the voice actor for Meowth trans? I know like 12 Pokemon off the top of my head, but I love all of them. I know all of the original 151. Which is just, that's just permanently in the brain. Because Pokemon came out when I was 12, so... Who are you? What? Who the hell are you? I've never seen this character before. Brian David Gilbert's Pokemon rap is amazing. Good point. Everything that man touches is amazing. He's a beautiful treasure. Name all 151 go. Okay. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Then I don't really know what the next ones are. I want to say Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree. And then Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. Then probably Pikachu. Mr. Mime's in the mix. He's in. You better believe he's in there. Your old pal Magmar and Doduo, Dotrio, Executor. 3 very special birds. Who you calling a poser? Listen, I literally caught them all. Okay? I caught 151 Pokemon, including Mew. You know nothing. I'm an OG. Magmar's through Fire Dude with the buff forehead, right? Yeah, Magmar is like the worst designed Pokemon of the first generation. But he beats most of the Pokemon in the subsequent generations, in my opinion. The weird racist caricature-looking one, that would be Jinx. We're all deeply uncomfortable with Jinx. Human Riley, $10. Thank you for all your hard work. If you say so. Thank you. It's winter. I can't stop axing. It's winter. Okay, well. We got ourselves a winter root. It's on. Can I plant that? No. Okay. Well, you know what winter means. It's time to upgrade our watering can. 6 ought to do me. What starter are you going to play for Sword and Shield? I'm probably not going to play Sword and Shield. Sorry to be the one to tell you. Hey, Krobus! Come on, bud. Probably not going to play Sword and Shield, but I might play Pokemon Let's Go. One of the ones. It would probably be Pikachu. I'm much more of a Pikachu fan than an Eevee fan. If you get all winter forageables, you can get winter seeds. Okay. All right. Good to know. How many are there? I wanted the quest, not the birthdays. I actually do, Pamela. What's your favorite evolution? I guess I would have to go I'm contradicting myself now because I actually can't remember what the name of the fire one is. Surely it's not Flameon. Flareon. That would probably by default be my favorite. I don't really know any of the subsequent generations like Umbreon and ones like that. I don't know. I don't know them from Job. Why does Pam need a quartz? Oh my god. You had time to put up the sign, though. My favorite evolution is Sylveon because trans rights. Okay. I mean, all EVs are trans, so all evolutions are valid. Please tell me I didn't just misclick. I didn't. Sweet. Cubone wears its mother's skull. That's true. That's weird. It's a children's game. Hello, Kevin Logan. All Pokemon are trans. What about Sisbion? You got any hogs on that farm? Excuse me, madam? Eat quartz. Eat it. Yeah, it is. What do you got for me? 75 gold. Slightly more than I might have gotten for selling it. Thanks, Pam. Are there any Pokemon that explicitly change genders? Ditto? Maybe? Mr. Mime? I once I had this joke that I used to play on my friends where I would ask them if they had to have sex with a Pokemon. If they had to, who would they have sex with? And I would wait for them to answer, and then I would say, "Oh, I would choose Ditto, but I would want it to look like a human." And then they would get very mad. It's a kind of a gross joke, but I don't know. I like it. DC, are you familiar with the Libertarian Socialist Caucus of the Libertarian Party? What are your thoughts on a leftist takeover of the capitalist LP? I think it's hilarious. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I love the idea. Isn't that where Krobus goes? I think it's, like I think we share no ideas in common. I don't think the libertarian American libertarian tradition is in any way compatible with a libertarian socialist tradition. So I don't really see what they hope to gain. But I think it's funny. Like, I laugh every time I think about it. So there's that. Are there more NCOMs or NCAPs? It feels like there's more NCAPs, but I choose to remain hopeful in this world. Okay, you know what? We have nothing stopping us from fixing up the placement of our scarecrows. Now that there are no crops to distract us from proper scarecrow placement. Why can't I put her here? There we go. Leave Cubone alone. Who's being mean to Cubone? Our sole purpose is to educate the American public on the leftist roots of libertarianism. So are you in the Libertarian Party, Libertarian Socialist Caucus? Are you a member? And if so, like how successful do you find those efforts? Because I feel like they would not be a particularly um, uh, particularly amenable to being educated in such a way. Is this? These are Krobus's footsteps, right? Okay, so where now? I'm lost. I've lost the trail. Trail's gone cold. He's in the bush. Oh, yeah, duh. Not this bush. Bush by the rec center. L is real. Slime, you looking sexy. Would love to hear what you think of 4x strategy games. These games rule because you play as any nation in history, but suck because racists play to create white ethno-states. Are those like, what, is that like Crusader Kings 2? I haven't played any of them. Is that I should ask before proceeding? Because we did have a big talk about that in last night. Hey, Krobus. I found Krobus, everybody. And they do sound really interesting. I don't know if my computer could run them and stream at the same time, but I'm hoping that with NDI, I can kind of get one computer playing the game and another computer doing the encoding, and then I might be able to play them. And then I might look into it. Shadow Guy. Eep. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to read that, but then I clicked and it went away. You received the magnifying glass. Now you have the ability to find secret notes. These notes reveal rare and useful information and can be reviewed in your collections tab. Okay, so someone answered the question. Our message is resonating throughout the LP and they can't stop talking about the socialist infiltration. Keep up that amazing work, then. That is incredible. I would think they would be the hardest people to convince. But then again, if they're American libertarians, they're probably easily convinced of anything. So it's probably not that hard to convince them of true ideas. Not to diminish what you do. I think that takes I think that takes tremendous dedication to be able to go in and, to a room full of people that are probably gonna, not like you too much, and try and convince them to see things your way. I think that's very commendable. Stellaris also allows one to design an anarchist space society. There's some mod for one of these games, isn't there, where you can literally play as the CNT? Is that right? Or am I thinking of a different game? We have made many allies, surprisingly enough. That's good. Don't worry. If it seems like I'm going to be cold, I have Tundra boots. Oh, I got a letter. I've got a little challenge for you. Catch me a squid. You can fish them out from the ocean at night. They only show up in the winter, though. Willie. All right, weirdo. I don't know why you want a squid. What? What? How do I... The magnifying glass is appearing over this. That's weird. If I eat holly, does it hurt me? should, because Holly's poison, I believe. Yeah! 10 out of 10. My immersion is not ruined. Educating capitalist libertarians on mutual aid has been an interesting experience, but some are opening up to leftist ideas and the realization that socialism isn't what the government does. When I think of, like, the American understanding of socialism, I think of that Grimes tweet where she said, "Yes, I'm a socialist. Yes, I support capitalism. Yes, we exist." It's like, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here, you knucklehead. You don't know what you're talking about. Grimes, you're officially canceled. I too write my neighbor asking for a squid. Tristan, he didn't ask me for a squid. He challenged me to fish up a squid. They only come out of the ocean at night and only in winter, so... Now, someone told me that I could see the... Aha. These are items shipped. How do I see what I've donated to the community center? I don't know how to talk to anyone who thinks Jake Tapper is a communist. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just going to take all of my various bits of produce and we're going to go and see what we can put into the community center. Got ourselves a melon. I think that's it. Tree icon to the right. Tree icon. Oh. Okay, so all right. That changes everything. Thank you so much. Okay. So, quality crops. Dang it. Okay, well, we have the melon, so we can bring that. Don't have anything in there. Don't have anything for that. Don't have any yams. There's no winter bundle? What else we got here? Summer. Artisan crops. Spring crops. Fall crops. Animal bundle. I keep accidentally clicking out of it. My dad called Bernie a communist, but he doesn't even like politics. I told him what he was, and he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, pretty much. Aha. Winter foraging bundle. Check. 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 We need one crocus. Gotta grab ourselves a crocus, everybody. Holler at me if you see a crocus. I live in a house with 3 centrists and it's hellish. We get it. You live in a house. Must be nice. Thought Slime, have you played Dwarf Fortress? I have played Dwarf Fortress. I love Dwarf Fortress. To the extent that anyone can truly understand Dwarf Fortress. Priority should be on the working people in our area, build that solidarity, then we can have a revolution and stuff or whatever. Well, I think there's a couple of steps in between there, personally. Ah, we've done it. He's done it. Easy claps. We're the master foragers. Let's get out of here. Let's hit up the pantry in the rec room. Get those winter seeds. Good night, Callie. Step 1, connect with working people. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, super cool revolution. Winter sucks in this game, by the way. Where's the pantry? Is this the pantry? Yeah. No, that's a... This isn't where I want to be. Da-na-na-na. 30 winter seeds. Now that's the moneymaker over there. I want to get the fast travels. I want to get those speedy boys. Can we start an armed political party with the IWW and bread tubers? Please no one answer that question. Okay. Okay, Lawson has given me a rebus here. Okay, Detective... Detective Pikachu date when? I don't know. I'll totally see it with you. Are you impressed with my incredible rebus skills? Don't even answer the question hypothetically, because it's not even a matter of could we get in trouble. It's a matter of if you're doing anything, you should want to keep it secret. There's InfoSec concerns. I remember one time I was researching for... I made a video about the J20 trial. And I asked on on I think it was on r/anarchy. I was like, hey, can anyone tell me, like, what are these people even charged with? Like, I'm looking everywhere and I can't even find what they're charged with. Uh, and people were like, don't answer this question. It's a trap. This person's a cop. And I was like, I feel like that's not an incriminating question. Does Gunther need this? Gunther needs the chewing stick. Gross. I'm so bad at hoe. Was it not an anarchist that made that 3D printed gun? I don't know. Sounds like something we'd do. Sounds like the type of nonsense we get up to. Wasn't me, if that's what you're asking. I just realized I don't have my watering can. Hopefully these crops don't die. Sorry, Neptune. We'll get you back up there as soon as we can. Don't you worry about that. Not okay. Is there some way to cancel an incorrect hoeing? I guess not. Okay. Boy, I'm so bad at hoeing in the right spots. I will get my watering can tomorrow. This I promise you. Pickaxe will get rid of it after it's placed, but I meant more so like when you're doing this, like, can you stop it somehow? You know what I mean? Are those waifu pillows guarding the farm? No, they're scarecrows. Crops appear fine. Also, maybe not talk about guns and weaponry openly in a YouTube chat. Just saying. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Unless you're talking about cool knives that you can get at Spencer's Gifts. Was drug chat earlier. All that drug chat was confined to the video game Minecraft. How long has the top of my head been cut off? Weird. I must have been leaning in a weird way on my preview. Oh, what about a katana? It's Japanese for a sword. I don't think it is. It's a particular type of sword, I thought, but I don't know enough about swords to say that you're wrong. Can you make a hallucinogen in Minecraft? Yes. No further questions at this time. Nah, I'm not getting you a red mullet. What's your favorite beer, Thought Slime? I'm really into... There's this brewery in Ontario in an area called Elora that I used to go to a lot because my girlfriend used to live in Waterloo, and when I would go up to Waterloo to visit her, then we would go to the Elora brewery, and they have a sour beer, the name of which kind of escapes me at the moment, but that's my favorite. It's the only sour they do, so I've never really needed to remember the name. The other one that I really like is by a company called... What are they called? I'm going to have to look this up. And circumstance. Collective Arts. Don't let their name deceive you. They are not a collective. Let's see. What is the beer that I like by them called? It is also a sour beer. They're the ones that I like the most. Yes, show me your beers, Collective Arts Brewing Company. Yes, I am of legal drinking age. So many beers. Jam Up the Mash. Jam Up the Mash is fucking delicious. If you're in Ontario, highly recommend it. Hey, we could do weed chat because Thought Slime is Canadian. Thanks, liberals. Not only is weed legal in Canada right now, there's storefronts you can finally buy it from in Ontario. It only took them like a fucking 6 months. If we're talking about Canadian beer, y'all should be looking at Alley Cat beers. What type of beer are they? No, we are going to get our watering can. That's why we were in town. I completely forgot. There's a moth bothering me. IRL. I'm beleaguered by moths. Shroom season is not far off globally in the video game Minecraft. Hell yes. It's Linus's birthday. Okay. What is he like? Let's just give him a blackberry. I'm sure he'll be fine with that. Did I catch the gangrene? No, that's just how my character looks. This is a judgment-free zone. We're body positive around here. We don't complain about people's skin color. I'm not eating the moth. Although I should after it's eaten so many of my precious sweaters. The more friends you make, the more likely it is that one of them will experience shroom season year-round in their closet in Minecraft. Love to have a friend like that. is this legally exposing for you? Is what legally exposing for me? All we're talking about are things you can do in the fun video game Minecraft. Got some free copper. Linus, would you like a blackberry? You're welcome. I love you. Ha ha ha! We can give him 2 presents in one day? Want another blackberry? But it... Okay. Rob Patterson is cast for the new Batman. I don't know who Rob Patterson is. Is this person playing Batman or... 2 presents per week, okay. Yo, Non-Compete is a Minecraft server? I didn't know that. Weeks reset on Sundays. Okay. Free winter route. Oh, Robert Pattinson, the Twilight Man. Is he gonna be Batman? I mean, he's a vampire, so that kind of makes sense. I'm not, like, super against that casting, to be honest. I don't think he's that bad an actor. And he's very pale, so... I did not mean to pour water on my cat. What version of Batman would you most like to see on the big screen? The one that wants me to hang out with him and teaches me all sorts of cool Batman tricks. I missed a seed. What are you talking about? I missed the seed. What are you talking about? Your hair is cut off again, slime friend. Okay. I gotta be careful not to go up. Camp 60's Batman. Camp 60's Batman already got a movie. And it ruled. And I watched it so much as a kid. Corner. Oh, I missed the seed watering, you mean. Okay. I had no idea what you were referring to. Is it this? I don't know what one is that I missed. They all look pretty good to me. Has any writer ever made the Joker genuinely funny? I thought he was pretty funny in The Dark Knight, to be honest. Cracked me up. Also, there's a scene in the crossover between Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series where the Joker made a joke that first time I saw like hit me so hard, where he's Superman busts into the Joker has stolen like a statue made of kryptonite to kill Superman, and Superman busts into the room wearing a lead suit, and he's like, "Now kryptonite won't hurt me. I've I don't understand why Batman has such a problem with you. This is the easiest fight of my life." And the Joker has this like, he really milks it. He's like, "I don't understand. I did everything right. I had all these plans, and how could these fail?" And then he goes, "Oh yeah, obviously I forgot the acid." He squirts acid on Superman, and I don't know why I find that so funny, but to this day that makes me laugh. Main section, top right seed. What are you talking about? There is no seed. All of the... I will not be gaslit. Why doesn't he always wear lead? Well, it's the lead thing is they just wanted to sell action figures. I don't know, because it would block his X-ray vision or something. Who cares? Next to Sailor Moon's right Odango. Okay, look. Look, everybody. It is watered. You're referring to this seed, it is watered. It cannot become more watered. It is done. I don't know what to tell you. I think we're getting about done here. I'm probably gonna call it quits around 11. That's 3 hours of streaming. That's seems like pretty adequate stream. Probably more than I should have done tonight, given how much I have left to do. But it was fun. We had fun. Talked about Minecraft drugs. Water the Sailor Scouts, they are thirsty. No, it's winter. They'll freeze. I'm not doing that. What does entergaging mean? Is there some way that this can be easily explained? Entergaging is something that is both engaging and entertaining. It is a new, quick mobile restaurant technology developed by Nathan Masri. I hope that helps. Water the working class? With the blood of the bourgeoisie? If I had the blood of the bourgeoisie, I would water them, but I don't. I only have this watering can. I haven't even used this slingshot. Whoa, that's weird. Out of ammo? There's plenty of ammo. How does this work? Okay. There we go. That's weird. That's a weird control. Nathan Masri is the best theorist since Kropotkin. Had Kropotkin considered conquering Garfield-shaped bread, we might be living in a different world now. That slingshot shoots heckin' big rocks. Yeah, but it's like the way that it controls is really weird because you don't point the pointer in the direction that you're shooting. You point it in the direction you're pulling the slingshot back to fire. I don't know why they would design it that way. Yo, free stuffing. Hell yeah. Garfield is the contradiction at the heart of capitalism. Absolutely. They've thrown both fish and horse poop on Carl Benjamin. I think it's dangerous and might lead to him growing. Stop fertilizing the fash. I don't think they threw fish poop at him. They threw fish at him. I don't think fish poop. Here you go, Gunther. Enjoy a little chewing stick. Prairie King isn't unplayable. It's a twin stick shooter. It's not that bad. Pre-configure a world with slingshots. I didn't mean to water the garbage. I meant to steal from it. What do you sell in the wintertime? Don't really want any of this. My significant other won't play Stardew with me because she doesn't like the art style. Get a mod to change the art style. I forgot I could fish. Let's do some winter fishing. Katamari Damacy. Multiplayer is a good way to end a relationship. Man, there's very few video games I can play with my significant other. She lets me play Jeopardy on the Switch with her sometimes. She's not very good at video games. She doesn't have very good hand-eye coordination. So we'll play Jeopardy on the Switch, but she'll complain that I can hit the buzzer faster than she can. Which I think is only fair because she's smarter than me, so I should have some sort of advantage. Get ready. Watch a fishing master. Watch and that's how you do it. Hey, calm down, fisho. None of that, please. And it's just that easy. Got myself a sardine. Portal is my go-to relationship breaker when I'm looking for one. That'd do it. Free seaweed. I hate the fishing in Stardew, to be honest. I kind of like it. I like fishing in most video games. But I like that Stardew has like a specific minigame, so it's a bit more skill-based than luck-based. Although it's a bit of both. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sea cucumber. Done. Last night I was playing Little Dragon's Cafe and I finished the game and I caught something called uncooked eel, and I'm still wondering why they felt the need to specify. Well, presumably because there's an item with the ID cooked eel. Hey, none of this funny business, Fisho. Oh, you think you're pretty smart, huh? Look, you're wasting my time. You're gonna get caught. Oh, no, you don't. You're wasting the audience's time as much as mine. You're... Ooh, why I oughta. Do you have Linus's special bait yet, Thought Slime? Is that bait that will help me catch Linus? Because that's really more so what I'm interested in than the fish, if I'm being honest. Alright. These fish are getting a little spicy. New achievement, fisherman. I must admit I've read some books in the past. This may be disqualifying. Disqualifying for what? What could reading books disqualify you from? Free trash. Being the president. I mean, Trump has read Mein Kampf. Yeah, that was... Listen, I was not getting that fish. That just wasn't happening. I once spent a whole 15 minutes in Stardew trying to catch a single fish because he was hard as hell. I can tell you know a thing or two about hard video games because your avatar is... looks like the pilot from Gungeon. The hardest character. Done. I think he paid someone to read it to him. I thought he kept it by his bed. Lurdiak. Are you the real Lurdiak? Or is that just a common nickname on the internet? It is the pilot from Gungeon. I knew it. I knew I recognized that mug. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. This fish is an asshole because he's like, oh yeah, no, you're going to catch me. You're going to catch me. And then he's like, psych. Gungeon is your favorite game. I only started playing it recently, but it's very good. I particularly enjoy shooting the dynamite guys that make the line of explosions. It's always satisfying. I'm always... every time one of them shows up in a room, I'm always happy. They're my favorite part of the game. You guys have anything like that? Like anything like in a video game? Like a particular enemy that's just fun to fight? Like, to me, those dynamite guys, they're just always fun. Get a better fishing pole? What's wrong with my fishing pole? Oh, I don't want to watch this heartbreaking cinematic. Let him have the trash, you dick. He's not a filthy varmint, he's a good man. A kind man. Ah, you turned up at the right moment, miss. Could you do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare up those raccoons for me? They've been causing a real mess. Thanks. Make sure you give them a good scare so they never come back. George? You don't know what you're talking about. It was me, I'm sorry. I know, dude. You don't got anything to apologize to me about. I love eating trash. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff that would go to waste if I didn't take it. You know, if you came to my farm, you could get hot meals anytime you want. Do you think there's something wrong with what I'm doing? See, why is this even in the game? First of all, private property is theft. Okay. This is the only correct answer. If you choose anything but this, you're an asshole. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Now kiss me. What? I don't care. I want you to. Keep rummaging, dude. Leave him alone, Gus. If you need food, just ask. I don't want anyone in Pelican Town to go hungry. Gus is my comrade for life. Here, I've got a basket of zucchini fritters for you. Just make sure you dip them in my spicy marinara. Go on. Take it. Take it. Now I feel threatened sexually because I feel like he's hitting on my crush. If I had zucchini fritters, I would have given them to him. All I've got is stuffing that I also got from the garbage. And nobody gave me zucchini fritters. All right. So here's the plan. We're going to go to sleep. We're going to wake up. We're going to water our snow seeds. Ooh. We're going to water our snow seeds. We're going to pet our cat. Then I'm going to process my geodes. No. Okay. And then I'm going to call it a night and go back to editing so that I can be done for, say, 5 o'clock in the morning. All right. Successfully watered. Successfully petted. The hobo dude was in your house. No, that's my cat. Kind of surprised you can't tell the difference. Okay. So I think also we're going to need another chest. I don't have enough wood on me. That ought to do it. Didn't mean to craft that. My mouse just hits the button sometimes. It's a Bluetooth mouse, and it was like $15 on Amazon, so. But it's like, it's an ergonomic mouse, and it is amazing. I was having a lot of pains in my wrist before I started using it, and they cleared right up. There we go. Let's toss all of our fish in there. We're going to need them for bundles eventually. We've only got 4 geodes, but it's never stopped us before. I think I will keep the stuffing. Your house is cute? Thank you. It's a trailer. Got it for a song. Mussels or fish? What am I, a biologist? Oh, you're not my geode friend. You're my mineral friend. Sing to us so you'll get a second trailer. No, if I sing again, they'll take the trailer away. No, I don't want to give you the geode as a gift, you clown. No. Nice. Some pyrite. Gotta have it. Iron nose. Perfect. Purple thing. An ancient drum. Nice. Clay. There you go. That's how you end a stream, ladies and germs. That big climax. You get some clay out of your geode. And you know it's been a good stream. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching my stream. I have always and will continue to be Thought Slime. You're still you. We all had a great time. Thank you for coming. There will be a new video tomorrow. Hopefully also 2 videos next week if I eat my Wheaties. So keep on being... Just keep it up.